Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I am back. Happy to be back again. This is my second time. I'm Collin Edouard. What excites me is thinking about ritual sounds and African ceremonies in context, and then more specifically in Haitian Vodou ceremonies. I really need to start by saying thank you to RITM, because RITM is the only body that has ever given me money to go to Haiti, period. I am ineligible to go to apply for any kind of funding to go to Haiti at all. So I really want to thank RITM for this opportunity, because this summer added something really new and special to my dissertation. I'm going to describe this video before it's played. What you're going to see is the adjunct, which means ceremonial lead singer. Adjunct is another word that's also used for the same individual, but it's usually used by people in an older generation. They use that word a little bit more, but for my work, I'll be using adjunct because that's more common now. And so what he's doing, we are in a Vodou ceremony in Jacqueline, Haiti, and we are about to do a spirit salutation to the drums, which we are going to feed ritually. You'll see that he starts the ceremony, and you won't see this afterwards, but he also moves us along throughout the ceremony. You could play this now for us. Thank you. You can actually just stop it here. So with ritual sounds that derived from Africa, he's feeding the drums. What I find very interesting is that there's considerable scholarship on the drums itself, but I didn't quite understand why there was not a lot of scholarship on the individual who leads ceremonies. There's probably portions, to my knowledge, there's portions of chapters, and then there's somebody who wrote like one sentence. I didn't quite understand. Perhaps it's because I'm a vocalist. And I argue that they have the most important job in a ceremony. They have to know hundreds and hundreds of songs. They have to lead the ceremony. Each spirit requires 3 songs, one to open, close, and invite a spirit. There's a lot of things that go on, and they're responsible for the overall flow of the entire ceremony. I'll say one more thing. And what is very fascinating is that what they rely mostly on is the energies within the space. So we don't know why this happened, but in the 1940s and 50s, the adjunct were only women. They happened to become men, not become men, but more men started to take over that role after about the 60s. I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, really quick, I wanted to say that I'm so grateful for this opportunity to visit in the summer, because I decided to write to my knowledge, the very first chapter for the adjunct. They deserve it. That was really 3 minutes. Any questions? Yes. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that name change, like what you kind of make of the name change over time?
Thank you for asking. That's very strange, because like scholars like Mila Rigo and also like Geddes Fleuron, who are writing, like Mila was earlier than that, but like in the 80s, they still use ungenicon. Un is like from the like Fon word for like drum. Like for example, I introduced myself as Houngan, and Houngan, it means like keeper of the sacred sun, and so this is from the Ewe people, this language. I don't exactly know why that's changed, but as I'm having conversations, this is also very complicated, because I'm having these conversations in Haitian Creole, and some of the concepts are sort of westernized and it's very complicated, but I honestly don't know when that change happened. But I did only notice that people who are in their like 70s and 80s use ungenicum more than we do in this generation. Any other questions? Yeah.
You actually kind of touched on this towards the end of your response right now, but I was curious about the way that you're seeing, the same way that you're seeing gender. I was wondering like if age is also coming into play within the ceremony. How do you see that happening or not, or affecting?
How do you mean by age?
Like age as in like elders coming in versus like youth participating in the ceremony. Like how do you see that happening, if at all?
What started, I think part of the issue was when a lot of people were visiting Port-au-Prince. Vodou was popular and for the Westerners, and so I think what started to happen is people in certain houses would welcome, for example, like Bill Clinton and other people into these spaces, and they started to see, okay, well, we don't want the women to do this anymore. Perhaps that's why men started to take over that role, because of the popularity and because of the views that the United States, Haiti used to get from the United States and beyond. Perhaps this is just a guess. It's not really clear why the roles have changed. But what they do believe, I'm going to say one more thing. What they do believe is that people who possess a higher access to their feminine energy has more of a direct connection to the spirits. Thank you.